He turned to me at the foot of the stairs and told me he loved me. He'd done it 1,000 times before, but it was different. "The boy has fled," he said. "In his place, I see a man." It was the first time I felt I deserved his love, to be his son. I realized how lucky I was, how blessed I was to have a father like him. In a world of terrible men, he was patient, kind, noble in the way the stories told us to be as boys. My heart was my brother, and I no longer believe in a world that says he was too weak to deserve life. He would have believed in this, and the hope for something new. For Julian, I can believe that too. I am Cassius Bellona, son of Tiberius, son of Julia, brother of Darrow, morning knight of the Solar Republic, and my honor remains. As always, I'm Shay from the channel Zachary Shay, and today I want to do a kind of character analysis of who is, in my opinion, probably tied neck and neck with Darrow for the best character in the Red Rising saga, and that is Cassius Bellona, morning knight of the Solar Republic. To those that think Red Rising is an action-heavy sci-fi series lacking in substance, I challenge you to find a redemption arc as nuanced and powerful as that of Cassius Bellona, a man born into a life of decadence in a hierarchy that treads upon the labor of the weak. While Cassius's father sympathized with the Reds and the other lower colors, it became apparent that his mother and many of his siblings would not share this sentiment. This is why Cassius Bellona is one of the greatest characters not just in Red Rising, but in the entire sci-fi genre. He proved that even if you are raised as a gold and groomed to believe yourself better than lesser men, you can still rise above these bigoted ideologies and become a good person. The reader is introduced to charming Cassius with all his bravado and gravitas. He's the perfect portrait of nobility that the gods strive towards. One thing sets him apart, though. He lacks the ruthless nature of some of his gold counterparts. He has a strong love for his fraternal twin brother Julian Bellona, who is lacking in the characteristic gold strength. While the twins' older brother Cassius would belittle Julian for his soft manner, Cassius loved his more sensitive brother. Cassius forms a kinship with Darrow in the Institute, though unbeknownst to him, Darrow was the one to slay Julian in the passage. Cassius would belittle Sevro for being a bronze, showing his elitist mindset even against those of his own color. Sevro would match his gaze in an epic protest, "I am every bit your equal." When Cassius discovers it was Darrow who killed his brother, he duels his former friend and leaves him bloody and dying. Later, when Darrow returns triumphant to House Mars, the Bellona swears a blood feud against the former friend for the murder of his brother, even though it was the Golden Society that forced the brother's death. We see Cassius again in Golden Sun, the sophomore effort of Pierce Brown's amazing Red Rising saga, having entered a relationship with Virginia Augustus, Darrow's former lover. Prior to his appearance, the House Bellona had ambushed and beaten Darrow in the baths, though ever honorable Cassius did not participate. Darrow forces a duel between himself and Cassius, and due to Darrow's training with Lorne Argos, he bests the man that was once his friend and takes his sword arm with his razor. Though thankfully for me, the Cassius fan, the Sovereign, Octavia Loon, denies Darrow the satisfaction of killing the Bellona. Darrow kills Cassius in Golden Sun. Then at Darrow's ceremony to become the heir to House Augustus, he is portrayed by Roke in The Jackal, and it is revealed that Cassius killed Fitchner, aka Ares. Cassius believes that Darrow killed the younger children of the Bellona family. In Morning Star, Cassius gets nearly killed with an arrow to the neck, and Mustang, his former lover, wants to kill him, though Darrow chooses to spare his life. Later, the lower colors cry out to hang Cassius. In a dramatic display, Sevro puts the noose around Cassius's neck and asks the crowd if the man before them is a murderer. They cry out that he is, and that he should die. Sevro pushed the man that thought him lesser off the ledge before putting a noose around his own neck and declaring himself a murderer and backflipping from the ledge, hanging himself. Both men are cut down. At the end of the novel, Cassius helps Darrow, Sevro, and Mustang in the killing of Lune and Aja, when he discovers that it was at the order of his Golden Empress that the children of his house had been killed. When Sevro wanted to kill Lysander, the last heir of Lune, it was Cassius's noble heart that stayed the razors held against the boy's throat. He parts with Darrow, a known red, as equals. They may not be the brothers they were, but there is still love between them buried under the other complex emotions. In Iron Gold, we pick up with Cassius and Lysander and their pilot Pytha Z. Vergis as they roam the asteroid belt defending cargo vessels. While investigating an Oskamani attack, they are captured by Diomedes Al-Ra in the Ra house of the Jupiter moons. Dido, Diomedes' mother, forces Cassius to fight in duel after duel, and Cassius defies all odds no matter how high the Moon Lords stack the odds against him. Lysander believes Cassius killed. In Dark Age, when all hope is lost and Lysander Al-Lune gets the better of Darrow, who else but the former Morning Knight, the Red God's golden brother with a chiseled chin, shows up to save Darrow when he is most in need. We get a nostalgic quest in Lightbringer where we see the bonds of brotherhood between Darrow and Cassius strengthen. Cassius, who has longed for a family all these years, has found his in Darrow's family. They are brothers. They never stop being brothers. They just forgot that truth. At the end of the novel, Cassius, along with Pytha, tries to save Lysander's soul. Lysander, the boy he thought of as a younger brother. Events transpire, and Lysander obtains a weapon that could cause genocide linked to the genetic code of an entire color. Cassius Bellona, no Owl, Morning Knight of the Solar Republic, tells Lysander to give him the weapon, and Lysander tells him to leave at gunpoint. Cassius, knowing it was his death, stood against the hate of the Golds and the superiority of Lune and died a hero, cut down by a pompous pixie brat. Pytha spits on him the next time she sees him and tells Lysander that he would never be half the man Cassius was. Lysander mutilates the body of the man that loved him, and Darrow laments the passing of the greatest and kindest Gold he'd ever known. He would give all of his armies and all of his Moonlords to see his friend one more time. Cassius lived his youth as a spoiled, pompous child that was unaware of the struggles of those beneath him. He died a hero that fought for the freedom and lives of everyone, regardless of color. He died redeemed. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Cassius Bellona from the Red Rising saga. If you have another character from Red Rising or Malazan, Realm of the Elderlings, I think some comment said that it'd be cool to have an Icarium from Malazan, an Icarium video essay, which I think would be really fun. I may do Guts from Berserk, maybe... I don't know. There's a lot of characters I want to do. Maybe Matt Murdock from the Daredevil comics. But yeah, I plan on doing some more video essays, some from comics, some from manga, some from fantasy and sci-fi. Yeah, so keep on the lookout. If you enjoyed this video essay, please like, comment, subscribe. Peace.